Yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Your boy, you know what I'm saying? Chris Lamar out of pocket, per usual. Let's talk about these hoes. So, I was thinking about French girls. So, I've interacted with two French girls. So like I don't want to speak in obviously I'm a black man. I don't want to speak in terms of generalization like people were doing like pre-COVID and like, oh, if you go to France, you know what I'm saying, the girls are gonna be checking for you, they're gonna be hard choosing. You know what I'm saying? I just want to talk about um my experiences and stuff like that. So I think that like the two of the French girls that I interacted with was feeling my vibe, like my swag, they like my personality, I'm a cool dude, good conversation, you know what I'm saying? So I'm polite. So I kind of like there was a synergy, there was an aura, there was a chemistry. So like the first French girl that I met, I was in London on a bar crawl. So I did the London Central bar crawl that goes to clubs and bars in Soho. So the host of the bar crawl, there's a couple of people that was hosting. One of the girls, she was a French girl. I think she lived in like West London. So when you go to a bar crawl, you know what I'm saying, like the people that go is always different. Sometimes there's more girls, sometimes there's more guys. So when I went, there was probably like 25 people, and let's say 19 of them was guys. So some of the guys, they're trying to fuck the tour host, and she was decent looking. Wasn't model type, but she was skinny. Probably like maybe 5'9", maybe even 5'10". Decent looking. She probably was like maybe about 115 pounds. Really nice. So like, we met at Rambas in Soho. So, at every spot, when you pay like £20, 20 quid, and you get a shot, and then you get discounted drinks at the bar and stuff like that. So they give you like a yellow wristband. So she was like, oh, do you want your shot or whatever? So I had went to go get it, and she was like, oh, I was gonna bring it to you. So she liked it. I felt that I wasn't on no snobby shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a working class dude that finessed his way to Europe and Asia and South America. So I'm not rich, you know what I'm saying? Not, making a ton of money and stuff like that, but I was able to, what I'm saying, finesse my way, what I'm saying, to London a few times. So that interaction was cool, so the bar crawl starts like around 7:30, and it goes to like around like 1:30 or maybe even 12:30, 1 o'clock. But she was with us to probably like 12:15. So before she left, what I'm saying, she gave me a hug, and stuff like that. And she may have a boyfriend, but in my opinion, she was feeling your kid. You know what I mean? I didn't there was one other chick who was from England that moved to London, and I feel like she was out there looking for some night fun, but she was a little frumpy and stuff like that. So like a lot of the dudes, they was on her and stuff like that. I might have had a chance. She liked it, how I was dressed. I had an H&M button down. I had some loafers on, some brown loafers with some chinos. You know what I mean? So she was giving me compliments. So England women give you compliments, but we just don't talk about the French girl. So my man, he was from Syria working in Qatar. He wanted to fuck this chick super hard and stuff like that. So he was flirting with her, but she was feeling the kid. So, I know some people have a representation of French people are mean depending on if they're Central France or Northern France. I was talking with this African guy at the hostel that I stayed at, and he was kind of giving me the rundown. But my experience with her, I talked with her throughout the night, ordering drinks and stuff like that. So we had a pretty good vibe. So girl number two, right? So I'm at this hostel in New York City, and I stayed Thursday to Monday. So I met this French girl. So I'm at the hostel. It's like this hostel is on 103 in Amsterdam, um, on the upper west side in Manhattan. And it's like you can find it on Hostel Road and stuff like that. It's like $35 a night, $40 a night. So there was this Latin chick. This hostel has like a cafe area. It has outdoor seating, and it has like two like kind of party areas. It has like a basement where there's like multiple couches and the TV, and they got like Uno cards and stuff like that. So this girl, she's sitting at the table. So I'm trying to get her to play Uno, but she got her headset on. So she had went somewhere else. So I walked upstairs, and this French girl, she was sitting in this room and started talking to me immediately. So, as a guy, I kind of I play it chill, you know what I'm saying? So I start, she's sitting on the couch. So I go sit at this like table that has high chairs, and we're having this conversation. And then as she keep the conversation going, and then I end up sitting on the couch and stuff like that. So I talked to this girl for like maybe an hour and a half until she went to bed. So we're talking about her. She was doing an internship she's a psychology major and stuff like that. And she was telling me about, she talked about politics and, injustices and, shit that, girls who come from affluent families and like, yo, this is not right and all this other stuff. And like, she's French, so she smokes tobacco and she smokes weed. So, she was gonna go outside and she was like, oh, you don't have your coat. You can have my scarf. Let's go outside. I want to go smoke. So we go outside, we're still talking, she's smoking, we go back inside, we're still talking. And at the end of the conversation, she was like, oh, let me get your contact information and let's exchange Instagram. So she says all this. So she's like making conversation, we become friends. So on Friday night, she goes out with her friends. I met up with one of my buddies, and then when I came back, I seen her again. So we talked both nights, and then on Saturday in the evening time, we hung out, and then Sunday we hung out and stuff like that. So we was, DMing, Instagramming back and forth. And then on Monday, she was like, yo, see me before you leave. I didn't see her because she was flying back to Paris from the Newark airport and stuff like that. So we kept in contact. So we still talk to this day. I talked to her this morning and stuff like that. So I'm trying to see her again at some point. She was like, when she was in New York, she was like, yeah, my father goes to Miami from time to time. Do you want to like see each other in Miami? So we haven't seen each other since, but we've been talking. So I feel like, yo, she still talked to me and stuff like that. She was feeling the kid. The conversation was flowing. We didn't say his contact numbers and stuff like that. And then we hung out 3 out of the 5 days that we were there. So I would say, even if it like with me and her, it doesn't necessarily work out and shit like that, I think that if you go to like a Marcel or like a Nice or Nice, you can definitely see what it hits for. You know what I'm saying? So I would suggest for guys who are looking to kind of have fun, they want to kind of maybe, try to find somebody to go with or potentially date long term. French girls are, I would say, put them, in the back of your mind. And if you ever, especially if you're going to be in Europe or you're in a bigger city and you meet somebody who's from France, like they're talkative people, it's easy to kind of get in that friend circle, at least when they're not probably, with their core immediate friends, if they're traveling and stuff like that. So I like that part. And it's not like to go to Paris and stuff like that is not super, 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 super high on my list. But, based off of my interactions with like the last 2 people that I met, I'm always kind of got that in the back of my mind. And certain French girls, they're fucking hot. They're definitely hot. And I guess we'll just end it at that. We talk about, should you, date French girls or, pull up and kind of see what the vibe is? I would say yeah.